It's About Time features dynamic women that will share the pivotal moments that changed their lives forever. From hilariously funny to gut-wrenchingly painful, from outlandish to acts of incredible bravery, each story will take you on an emotional journey. These are the moments that inspired us, captivated our minds, energized our souls, and motivated us to realize that this is our time. I'm Kelly Lamb, and I invite you to join us as we uncover the life-altering events that shaped who we are and fueled our pursuit of purpose. Let's celebrate the women, their resilience, strength, and the unique journeys that defines us as human beings. Hi, Megan. Welcome to your interview here at the Lavilo Inn, we're in the green type room, which you know so well. It's really exciting to sit here with you. You are the person behind making this place look the way it is. You are so creative, and your ability to design is just fabulous. I mean, you and your husband both have a big part of this building and the way that it looks.
Yeah.
It's incredible, down to just the little bit of brick that's left on walls, and then every room has its own unique theme. And we were lucky enough to stay in one of them, and I'm blank on the name of the room. It's the brown with the brown bike.
The Swiss Walker.
Yes, that was incredible. But gosh, I mean, that must be such a gift to have a talent to just look at something. I can get ideas from somebody like you and see it, go, oh, I want to do that, and I can make our home look really nice or something. But I don't. Making a barrel into a sink downstairs in one of the bathrooms, I would not have that ability to think that. I might go and do it from seeing it, but wouldn't know.
Yeah.
So talented.
Well, thank you. Yeah, this is one of the biggest projects as far as the creative realm has gone, creating a building. So, yeah, it was a big project, but we're excited how it turned out.
Oh my gosh, you should be amazing. So Megan, if you'll introduce yourself, tell us where you're from and what inspired you, or I should say, I should ask you the name of your chapter, the inspiration about it. We'll talk a little bit more in the question. So tell us who you are.
So I'm Megan Wilson, and I currently live in a small town, Silex, Missouri.
Okay.
So that is north of here, but I grew up in St. Charles County. So met my high school sweetheart. We dated distantly, married young, and we have 4 beautiful children now. And so they're in the teenage land, which is pretty crazy. Running all over the place, but it's a lot of fun to be able to just support and see them kind of becoming more little people and who God's calling them to be. But as far as my chapter, it is called A Blank Page.
I like that.
Yeah.
So what you start with that creative mind, don't you?
Yeah. So I'm kind of going in the realm of a blank page, even with this building, how it started. It was literally a blank slate. And so trying to come up with something from nothing is definitely a creative challenge, to say the least. But that's kind of where I shine, and I've kind of learned to embrace that. It took me a lot of years to do that, because something that kind of naturally comes out of me is something that's really kind of hard to put out there too, which is kind of a crazy thought.
Yeah, well, you are exceptionally talented. So let me ask you, for someone that will read your story, A Blank Page, who might be in the middle of their hard moment, what would you want them to know?
So I can find myself overthinking a lot, getting stuck, procrastinating, and I can talk myself out of a lot of things. And so I can see in the past that I've potentially missed opportunities because of that. But the times that I do step into something, it has been incredible to see just what has unveiled, whether it is a design work, whether it is illustrating a children's book, whether it is just being a part of women's ministry and doing live sketching and a variety of things. So creating something from nothing is really kind of scary, because it's kind of like putting all your heart and soul into it and putting it out on a platter for everybody to see.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of thoughts and opinions, and that's what makes us beautiful, because we're all needed. But I'm learning that it's just my job to create. If I'm called, if I have that vision, then that's where I need to stay and make it come to life. And that's where I found a lot of joy too.
Well, I'm excited because your talent and creativity is actually designing the cover to It's About Time. And it just kind of like goosebumps and seeing it and then talking to you and, seeing it even in our conversation, how it was evolving. So I can't wait to see each step of the way. And I told Gordon, you know, how excited I'm that I have an artist. Like the cover is not just a cover of words, it's actually someone's creative thought and emotional touch that's being put into the to the cover, and then the little Easter egg that might be in there, which is fun. It was great because you said I actually do that, and so I'm excited to see what that will be and how that will play out. So thank you so much for being not only a story in the book, but to actually be the person that's going to bring the cover to life. I'm excited about that. So let me ask you, what's a daily practice, mantra, or mindset that helps you stay grounded or inspired with what you do, which is a lot of creativity?
Yeah. So right now my days are full of teaching art to littles. And so I actually teach K-5 and then I teach 3 advanced high school classes. So I'm kind of all over the board with the different age groups. But I really want to start my day. I try to start my day in the Bible. And I just try to stay grounded there, to really pray over my day. There are days that I do that better than others as far as just surrendering to the Lord, or like, okay, Lord, what do I need to do? What do I need to focus on today? And you can tell the days that I skip over that and, I can just get caught up in the to-do list and the tasks and kind of lose sight in that. But I know that that's definitely, my faith is a place where I stay grounded because I'm nothing without Him.
Wow, that's great. I want to ask, you kind of brought up, here you are creative and you're building these large platforms like this Inn or the children's book, Rosie Finds Her Shine. Rosie Finds Her Shine is just absolutely darling that you worked with another Megan Rogers putting that book together. And then you work with these children. That's such a different level of creativity and art. There's so little in their minds just opening. So you have this chance to work with youth that are very young and allow them to find their creative talent. That has to be extremely motivating and inspiring because they're trying to color within the lines. And that's what we teach or try to, but in all honesty, it's not about staying within the line, right?
Not at all. I think what's interesting is there's a lot of times that I think fine arts are overlooked, not intentionally, but I think sometimes, especially with littles, but I really believe that the fine arts gives that foundation because if you allow your mind to kind of, stretch in the creative things, to think outside of the box, I believe that that is truly going to affect any other area of your life. Because if you're only staying within a box, or if you're only staying within a to-do list, you're limiting yourself. You have so much more to offer. So I think creativity, and it's been interesting to see just the growth of the kids over the year of initially saying, I can't do it, to no, you got to stick with it. I mean, with an instant world, we have so many things at our fingertips that we can get results very quick. So the creative realm is something a whole lot different that you have to give time and space to kind of saturate and grow.
Yeah, absolutely. And at any age too, and I know it's not one of the questions your last question that I want to ask you, but you have this talent, and I think you mentioned that you knew you had this gift, and it was just being brave enough to allow it to shine, which you definitely have. There are people out there that find this hidden gem inside them. We've met a few artists with having the magazines that we've met, and they found this talent later in life. And I know I'm throwing a question at you that maybe not prepared, but I think you might be able to indulge in it, that don't be afraid if it shows up, to be inspired to take that on, that you can find this gift at any age, right?
Yeah, I think creativity can come out like whenever my kids were young, I stayed at home with them full time. So my creativity came out in different ways with creating experiences for them or letting them create art or whatnot. Then it grew up. It just looks different in every stage. So I think that as they're getting older and independent, I'm challenging myself more and just trying to take advantage of opportunities. And a lot of these opportunities have really started from a conversation. I mean, including you.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
sometimes it's just putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
I don't feel qualified. I don't do this, but you know what?
yes.
I'm going to step out and just trust that, okay, God's going to use this in some way, somehow. So here I
Great
am.
advice, step out there, take on that challenge. Don't be afraid of it because you never know what it will lead to and the door that it will continue to open at any age, whether you're a little. I like that you called kids littles.
Yeah.
Whole new name to it. I like that. Let me ask you your last question here. What's next for you on your journey? Is there anything exciting that you're leaning into or dreaming about doing?
I just still want to tap into the creative side, whatever that is. I think that's hard with what I do. I would still love to illustrate. I would still love to, and I believe this building is kind of an extension of illustrating because I kind of illustrated this building and I kind of looked at it as that view. Even the front cover of this is just something I love, creating visions coming to life.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever that looks like and challenge that comes ahead, that's kind of what I want to lean into.
But what you do brings a smile to people's faces, warms their heart, and I'm sure that you probably get emotional or tears in your eyes when you see a finished project of something that you do. Incredible. So thank you for sharing your gift with us and helping others to be inspired to find their talent and their gift. Appreciate it so much.
Thank you.
Megan Wilson, and I can't wait to have your chapter where I can read it and everyone else can as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you.